Hi students, today we're going to discuss about the syllabus. Okay, the principles of chemistry and engineering. This is common for EC, CSE, IT and medical electronics. So let me introduce the syllabus to you. The preamble of this course is this is designed to enhance the knowledge of learners in chemistry and its applications over diverse engineering domain. Like you'll be introduced about the electrodes, specialty materials, and you'll also understand the storage devices, creating more flexible and reliable grid system, ascertain the importance of biosensors and their roles in medical science, and you can also correlate theoretical principles of spectroscopy with myriad applications and also highlight the nanochemistry theory over nanomaterial synthesis and its importance in the engineering field applications. The course outcome for the first unit is to develop the fundamentals of electrochemistry and engineering processes. The Bloom's taxonomy level is apply. And the course outcome for the second unit is to impart knowledge on various energy storage sources. The Bloom's taxonomy level is apply. The course outcome for the third unit is to categorize various nanomaterials towards technological approaches. The Bloom's taxonomy level here it's analyze. The course outcome for the fourth unit is it acquires basic knowledge on biosensors, materials, and spectroscopy. The Bloom's taxonomy level is also analyzed. The course outcome for the fifth unit is to classify the wide range of specialty materials for fabrication of integrated circuits in electronics, electrical industries. And the Bloom's taxonomy level here is analyzed. Unit 1, you'll be discussing about chemical bonding and electrochemistry. So, under chemical bonding, we'll be discussing about the types of bonds like ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond, and also intermolecular forces like van der Waals force, London force, and hydrogen bonding. Since you all belong to ECE, CSE, IT, and medical electronics, you are given importance of electrochemistry, where you'll be dealing with resistance, conductance, different types of conductance like electrolytic and electronic conductance, cell constant, how to determine the conductance and cell constant, how it varies with dilution or concentration. We'll also be discussing about the Kohlrausch's law. You'll determine the single electrode potential. This plays a very important role to choose any electrode. You can construct a cell, okay, and we can also measure pH for any given solution, and we'll be deriving an equation called Nernst equation which will help us to determine the single electrode potential and how it varies with concentration could be studied. And also you'll be introduced electrochemical series where we can choose anodes, cathodes, electrodes for various applications, and very important topic is corrosion and corrosion control. These are some of the experiments which are connected with Unit 1 like single electrode potential determination, estimation of ion content in solution using potentiometer, pH meter, conductivity meter. Using conductivity meter, we'll be doing so many experiments like comparing the strength of acids in mixture, and for precipitation titration. You'll also be finding out dissolved oxygen. This plays a very important role as far as corrosion is concerned. We'll also be determining the rate of corrosion by weight loss method, then ionization constant for a weak acid, and the law which we study there like Kohlrausch's law will be verified experimentally. Unit 2 deals with storage devices. This is obvious because you all belong to ECE, CSE, IT, and medical electronics. So the need of the hour is energy. So if there is absence of energy, how we can store the energy and that could be used. So here we'll be dealing with batteries and fuel cells. The fuel cells, the future of our world. The types of batteries, where we'll be studying about the alkaline battery, lead acid storage battery, nickel cadmium battery, lithium ion battery, and fuel cells. So many fuel cells are there, but you'll be dealing with hydrogen oxygen fuel cells and supercapacitor and its applications. We'll also be dealing with some of the energy like nuclear fission, nuclear fusion, nuclear reactor, breeder reactor, solar energy, and wind energy. Solar energy and wind energy. The third unit deals with nanochemistry. So we are living in the nano world, obviously. How the nanoparticles and nanomolecules uh, they differ from the bulk molecules, and what magic they do. Okay, in the form of nanocluster, nanorod, CNT carbon nanotubes. Okay, and how they could be prepared by top-down and bottom-up approaches, and some of the imaging techniques also will be studying. The fourth unit deals with biosensors and organic spectroscopy. Okay, nowadays we have glucometer, BP apparatus, and so many other sensors to test many things. Okay, so you'll be studying about types of biosensors and basic organic chemistry and organic spectroscopy like functional group, and we'll also be dealing with some of the reactions like substitution, addition, elimination, and redox reactions, named reaction, Wittig, Birch, and Diels-Alder reaction. Okay, and we'll also be dealing with spectroscopy, and some of the experiments we'll be doing will be spectrophotometer, estimation of ion content, verification of Beer-Lambert's law, identification of functional groups. And the last unit is specialty materials and fabrication, like so many whatever specialty materials are available. We'll be dealing with all these like dielectric and insulating materials, characteristics, ceramics, mica and glass, magnetic materials, soft and hard magnetic materials, composites, semiconductor, fabrication of integrated circuits, and finally printed circuit boards. All these will be studying in specialty materials. Definitely this will help all of you as a computer engineer, information technologist, then medical electronics, and ECE. And these are some of the textbooks which you'll have to refer, and these are the reference books. Thank you.